Welcome to this edition of Mayor's Report Dublin. I'm your host, Dr. Marshall Kamena. Joining me today is Mayor Melissa Hernandez from the fair city of Dublin. Welcome, Mayor.
Thank you, Marshall. It's always a pleasure to be here, and I always enjoy our conversations.
Me too. And I'll start out by asking, what topic or updates would you like to share with our audience today?
You know me, there's always lots of topics to talk about in our city of Dublin. I will be giving you a preview of our St. Patrick's Day, but I want to talk about our sister city from Bray, Ireland, that came over to Dublin. As you know, they've been coming here for many years, but we've actually brought it up a little bit of a notch to make it more welcoming for them. For the viewers out there that don't know where Bray, Ireland is, it's about 12 miles, Bray, Ireland is about 12 miles from Dublin, the actual city, Dublin, Ireland. So it's a great coastal East Coast city. Last year, our current Dublin leaders and our city council were able to visit Bray, Ireland. And the Bray Council has often visited us here numerous amount of times. But last year, during our visit, the vice chair at that time was Melanie Corrigan. Her and I actually signed an affirmation document in our actual partnership. So it was great to be able to sign the affirmation, making it forward that we will have this ongoing relationship. And it was great to be able to renew many years in the past and bringing them forward. So just recently, our Dublin City Council voted to rename the regional room that many people have been, holding events at or holding conferences to the Bray, Ireland room. And so it was great to be able to cut the ribbon on that event when they were out here just recently. So it's if you're going to come into our Dublin City Hall, you will see the new Bray, Ireland room that has been dedicated to our sister city.
Right off the entrance?
Yes, so right as you come on into the entrance, it's right there. You will see it. They were excited. At one point, it was the Bray Room, many, many years ago. Right. So I'm not sure if you remember our former council member, Georgine.
Bonheater.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So she's my
cousin.
She is?
Yes.
So she brought forward a picture of the initial ribbon cutting from many years ago. It was in a black and white picture.
Yeah.
And she was in the picture and she brought it forward. So we also invited her as well to come join the festivities of cutting the ribbon of the new, again, or reround kind of event for that regional room.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because she asked me how you spell Bray.
Four letters.
Yes.
4 letters.
E-A or A-Y?
It's B-R-A-Y.
There you go.
Yes.
Don't forget it.
Will not forget it. But it was great. So we will be duplicating the old picture and the new picture and putting them together, and we'll put them in the Bray room.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
What topics would you like to share with our viewers today?
So one topic that has always been a priority in our city of Dublin is our finances, and wanted to talk a little bit about our finances.
Absolutely. You're the queen of finance as far as this county is concerned.
We are. We've done such a great job in Dublin. Our past and our present leadership has really brought that forward. So the GoBankingRates.com website pulled together the data to determine which cities in the United States, not just in Alameda County, but in the United States, were the best for families trying to meet or exceed cost of living expenses.
Have you ever heard of those people before? The Go Banking Rate people? It's a new one for me.
Actually, I have not. I know that we've been on other financial institutions, but this one's a new one to me.
Yeah, but it looks very important.
It is very important. They actually even sent me an article on it. So I got it framed and it's in my office. So a little information about them is the data was featured in 2019 and in 2022. The mean household incomes, monthly non-rent expenditures, and average monthly rents. So Dublin was named the 15th most financial stable cities in the country. The city of Dublin, too, is financially stable. Our current and former city council members have been fiscally conservative for so many years. A little bit of our revenues, the current fiscal year 2023-2024 operating budget has an ongoing revenues covering onto ongoing expenditures of $15.3 million.
No.
So a little bit about our reserves. We have about $250 million in our reserves, and then we also have an expenditure of $102 million, but revenues
you
of
ought to be able to pay for the
122.
Dublin parade every year.
We do a lot of behind the scenes for our Dublin Parade in collaboration with the Lions Club. So, making sure that our revenues are always higher than our expenditures is a great way to make sure that your city is financially set. But also shoring away that money is very important for a rainy day. We never know what will happen, in the future. So, again, Dublin is doing an amazing job with being able to, provide good financial stability within our community.
Well, you've come a long way in this job, and boy, I think the citizens are going to miss you. I hope to see you doing something else equally as important, incidentally.
We will. I will be out there, and you will definitely see it. But just in case, again, if folks want to go to gobankingrates.com, go and look at it for yourself. But the Go Banking Rates, the Go Banking sites also named Dublin as the fourth best suburban city. So in the entire country for growing families.
Is that incredible?
I'm excited. It's an exciting time, not only for me, but for the council, for all of our residents, that many families want to move to Dublin to be able to raise their children where they can work, play, and have a good life.
And here I thought it was just for rich retirement people.
No, not at all. We're actually a younger city, so we have many families that want to, again, raise their families there. So we're definitely a younger city.
Well, I was really delighted to read recently that one of the indicators of absolute success is whether or not you have a passport service. And the rumor is you do.
We do, and I really appreciate you bringing that forward because it's so important now that COVID has subsided that many people go out there and, spend their disposable income, come to Dublin, come to the Tri-Valley, but also go to other countries.
Yes.
There's so many beautiful places here in the United States, but it's always nice to be able to have the opportunity to go to other countries, like Ireland, where I was at last year. I've been to Thailand and Greece and so on, but it's great to be able to have that passport at your in your back pocket. It's your flexibility to be able to go anywhere, even if it's a last-minute trip. So the City of Dublin became an authorized passport acceptance facility in fall of 2021. Since then, we have proceeded to produce more than 3,250 passports. Passport applications are accepted by appointment only, and there's no walk-in service. And the reason for that is we want to make sure that we have appointments for everyone. And so making an appointment is probably the best way to go because unfortunately we will not take any walk-ins.
Oh, I'm here to tell you that could be a real nosebleed. So the way you've got it organized is wonderful.
It is. We don't want many people standing in line and then shut down and say they're not being able to see, so being able to be seen. So that's why it's really important for them to make appointments. Appointments are for 1 to 6 passports, and it is best for those desiring appointments to book early as appointments fill up quickly. And it's not for renewal of passports. So I want to be clear on that. It's not for renewal on passports. It's just for first-time passport user. So maybe in the future we'll get into that as well, but right now we're trying to get folks for the first-time passports.
Can you get a renewal by mail or some other means?
So renewal by, I believe you do have to bring in a current picture and do your renewal by mail, yes.
Oh.
So services are available Monday through Thursday from 8:15 in the morning until 1 o'clock. We do not, again, offer walk-ins, and appointments are for U.S. citizens or national citizens only. It's best to book an appointment, and if you would like some more information, please visit us at our www.dublin.ca.gov/passports to book an appointment.
Well, that gives us a segue to go to the next very important thing called the extravaganza.
The famous extravaganza.
And spring is here. It's 2004 Spring Extravaganza is here. What can you tell us about it?
So this is a time where the kids love to go and find those hidden eggs. They also love to come see the Easter Bunny, even though there's one child, which is my daughter, who's afraid of the Easter Bunny.
Really?
Every time I would take her to the Easter Bunny, she would not take a picture. She would start crying, and I still have that to show her when she gets older.
This is not somebody in costume as a bunny. This is a real bunny?
No, it's a costume bunny, but definitely.
You got me going.
She's not a fan of the Easter bunny, but I know how many kids love the Easter bunny. So for all the kids that are excited, we will have our extravaganza, which will be held on Saturday before Easter at the Dublin Heritage Park. This year it will take place on Saturday, March 30th. The highlight of the event is exciting. Do you get it? Exciting. An egg hunt. And so it is fun for many kids of all ages. And so the 3 sessions that we have will be 9 o'clock in the morning, 10:15, 11:30, and then children dash across the expansive lawn to be able to get the eggs and find the eggs. And the eggs, of course, are filled with candy. At my house in the backyard, since all of my kids are growing, their eggs have actual money. And so it's funny to watch my grown kids do an Easter egg.
Do you care to share your address with the viewers?
No sharing address. You have to be a family member. No, so it's great. There will be photos taken with the Easter bunny, and so make sure you dress your kids appropriately so they're able to run and be able to find those eggs.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's a great time.
Well, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back on this edition of Mayor's Report in Dublin in just a moment. Welcome back to this edition of Mayor's Report in Dublin. We're here talking with Mayor Melissa Hernandez from the very city of Dublin, our own Dublin.
Our own Dublin.
You know what's on my mind? Scholarship. And you guys are redefining scholarship. And the 2024 graduating seniors can apply for a Don Biddle Memorial Scholarship. Can you tell us something about that?
Yes, our beautiful, beloved Don Biddle was our vice mayor when he passed away when he was on our city council. So we will never forget him. We will always remember him. He was a great mentor of mine. And so our Team Dublin is a community service committee of the City of Dublin employees and contracted staff. Each year, Team Dublin invites graduating high school seniors in Dublin to apply for a $1,000 scholarship. And so it's that season, right? It's that time of year where so many students are applying for so many different places. But I want them to make sure that they are aware of our Team Dublin, and the $1,000 may not pay for their entire college tuition, but it's a helping hand to be able to help with some books and maybe some materials there. But Team Dublin, again, it's put on and brought forward from our employees here in Dublin, and it's an honor for us to be able to, remember Don as well. And Don had been given so many years of his life to public service, and 40 years to be exact. Don served on the Dublin's Unified School District Board. He also was on our Planning Commission, and then he ended up being on our City Council when he passed away. And so the scholarships are awarded to graduating seniors who demonstrate high scholarship and civic leadership through volunteerism or public service work, and who are interested in pursuing a career in public service. So applicants must be high school students of Dublin High, and they must be residents and currently attending a public or a private or homeschooled in Dublin. Be committed to a career in public service with plans to attend a college or a vocational school in fall of 2024. And the deadline to apply is April 18th, 2024 at 5 p.m. And some of the applicant guidelines are a 3-essay question has to be completed, 2 letters of recommendation of non-relatives. Example given are either a coach, a counselor, a teacher, and also who can address the applicant's interest in public service and a future career in the sector. So all documents must be turned into City Hall by no later than 5 o'clock on Monday, April 8th, 2024 via email. So to all the college students or parents that are watching this program, make sure that you're aware of the deadline, because we are very strict about our deadlines, and it's a great opportunity, again, for those students to be able to get a scholarship.
I'll never forget Don Biddle. Several years ago, I went with him to a League of California Cities event in Southern California, and he sat next to the grouchiest person I've ever heard, and he was so nice to her.
So nice. Such
Even
a nice
she
man.
took pity and decided to turn it around a little bit. So he was the ideal gentleman in my mind.
He absolutely was, and he will never be forgotten. But it is so true. He made friends with everybody, and just was always upheld, with just such great morals and values, and such a great person, and always had a smile on his face.
Yes, yes, God bless him.
Yes.
New business. What's going on regarding new business activities in your downtown?
So we have always new businesses, coming and opening up in our growing city. And the biggest question is that we receive is, when will H Mart open and grocery outlet in the downtown Dublin? So we're happy to report that Grocery Outlet is located on 7991 Amador Valley Boulevard, which will be holding their grand opening on Thursday, April 4th. And H Mart is still working on their improvements to their site. So it will be likely to still be coming forward in the next several months before we do the grand opening at H Mart. But just wanted to come forward and say Grocery Outlet is opening next month. The folks are very excited, and a little bit of history about them. They actually were raised here in our city of Dublin, and they went to Wells Middle School. They attended Dublin High School. They went to the same schools that my children did. So, yeah. So they before they actually got the store, they wanted to, because Grocery Outlet does this big long process.
Yes.
And so they wanted to come introduce themselves. So they came down to City Hall. We had a meeting, and they were just delighted that they were coming back to their childhood town to be able to run their business. It's a brother and sister, and so we're excited for them. I'm a big family person, and so I love when families come back to Dublin to either raise their family or to open up a store, open up a business. So it's great to be able to have them back.
Well, what I like about it is now that 40 years have gone by, you're able to see stuff like this. We often think of Dublin being the very newest city, and it is, but boy, you've got quite a track record.
We're an older city in some ways, but we're a new city by becoming an actual city in 1982. Again, we're doing great things, and we're always open for business.
What does H-Bar do?
H Mart will be coming soon. Again, they're just working on some of their items that they have. H Mart is a very, very popular Korean grocery store, and within that grocery store, they have food where you can sit down and eat. So it's more of a slash of a little bit of restaurant and a grocery store, which you also see before COVID. You would see more at Whole Foods and places like that. But so many people are excited to have them. They're a pretty huge grocery store throughout the nation.
Well, a little bit in competition with the Grocery Outlet or not?
I wouldn't see that it would, because Grocery Outlet will have a lot of the fresh fruits and vegetables that they're really focusing on these days, and also have their floor plan is not going to be as big as H Mart, and H Mart will be a little different because they'll have the sit down areas where they can have lunch or possibly dinner. So different, but. Bringing services to all of our different diversity and cultures here in our city of Dublin.
Gotcha. I'm hoping for a celebration review. The 40th St. Patrick's Day Parade was so filled with events that it took 2 days.
Yes, our celebration event. And they start before the 2 days, let me remind you. Our Bray delegation came to San Francisco on Thursday, so we met them there with open arms. We celebrated that day. Friday was a Shamrock Gala, and I always like to say it's the kickoff to the weekend. So that's put on by the Dublin Historical Society, and we got such a great turnout. We had over 200 people attend the gala. We had corned beef and cabbage, of course. That's the only time of the year where I can eat corned beef and cabbage 3 days in a row. But it was catered by On the Vine here in the Tri-Valley. So the food was great. We had the general consulate from Ireland come.
No kidding.
And in attendance, and one of the senators from Dublin, Ireland also attended, and of course our Bray delegation. We had a lot of remembrance. Our Congressman Swalwell was there, volunteering his time with our former mayor, Tim Sobrani. So it was kind of bringing back the old school people back into our city of Dublin for the 40th anniversary of the parade.
Was it hard for anybody to get up the next morning?
No, drink lots of water. We're good. Make sure you eat food. But not just that. We had to make sure we got up early in the morning for our St. Patrick's Day firefighters, green pancakes.
Absolutely. How'd that go?
Wonderful. They also sell T-shirts, and they did the anniversary T-shirt. 2024. 24 is my favorite number, so I know it's going to be a great year. But they get up so early in the morning. That team to make as many pancakes as they made, to cook all that sausage, and to be able to have coffee and orange juice, water for everybody, and the kids just absolutely love it. And Congressman Swalwell brought his child, his daughter this year, and so she was having the green pancakes and sausage. So we're always happy to assist in that, but a little bit more of the parade. It's always hard. I'm trying to get in line, of course, but it's great to be able to see as I'm walking down the street all the different bands, taking pictures with the Wells Middle School, Frederickson, Kolb School. And so it's great to just see, all the kids out there. They're excited, the soccer, Little League. And then I finally get to my stopping point, and of course then we proceed with the parade, and TV 30 is videoing it. It's wonderful, and we had a little something different. We had we put a little a mix of our culture. We had the Irish, we had the lion dancers this year, and then we also had the Floric dancers. The beautiful heritage of Mexico Floric dancers came forward.
Yes,
They're here in Livermore.
Yes.
And so we partner up with the Tri-Valley to be able to, make it the best parade ever. And we had, our sheriff, and we had our firefighters participating. So make sure you watch the parade if you just want to sit back and enjoy in your nice comfy chair and eat some popcorn. But definitely great weather. At the end of the day, we had beautiful
Very
weather.
lucky that. But not so much important for me to watch it, but at the end of this year, you'll be going out of office, and I hope we have a nice package of things throughout your term so that you'll be able to live them over and over again, because it was so much fun.
No, and it's so great too, when I have a little bit of time to sit back and watch my old State of the Cities, to watch the parades, to watch everything that we've worked on together between our partnerships.
Well, very quickly, are there any other events or items that you'd like to update us about?
Yes, we always have so many great things. Our Dublin's Farmers Market, we always kick off our Dublin's Farmers Market on Thursday, which will be on Thursday, April 4th, and we will have Thursday at 4 o'clock from 8 p.m. through September 26th, so make sure you come out, get some fresh foods and vegetables. We are open until 8, and rain or shine. And then this will be the 14th year that the Farmers Market has been there here at Emerald Glen Park. So it gets better and better and keeps growing every single year.
Doesn't it seem like it was just the other day?
I know, it just seems like time has flown by. Honestly, it really, really has. And so it's great to be able to have the concerts in the park.
Yes.
We'll have a little cheese, a little bit of wine, and be able to have some, dancing and get people together and come back out with that great weather. And one last thing I want to leave us with is the library used book sale, which will be held by the Friends of the Dublin Library, which will be on April 6th through the 7th. And guests are invited to shop for bargain books and audio visual materials. And also this will start from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Saturday, April 6th. Memberships will also be sold at 8:30 a.m. So if you come a little bit earlier, we would like for you to sign up for the membership. And the sale will be open to the public from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday and 1 to 4 on Sunday. Sunday is also bag day. Fill a paper bag provided for only $5. And you'll also find half of off special priced items. Funds from all sales go towards the purchase of the library materials and supporting its programs. And again, learn more at dublinfriends.org. And who doesn't love a great library? A little insight is that our Dublin Library is the most utilized library in Alameda County.
And I'm not surprised, absolutely not surprised. Thank you, Mayor, for being here with us today. And thank you for joining us on this edition of Mayor's Report Dublin. Join us for the next episode of Mayor's Report right here on Tri-Valley TV. I'm Dr. Marshall Kamena, and thank you for joining us.